Hey everybody, I'm actually in the Casa Ramos parking lot picking up some takeout because they're open and I'm excited for them being open and I love Casa. And so I'm here for the Daily Connect, and before I get started with that, there's something I really feel God really wants me to share with you guys this evening. But before I do that, normally, guys, I'm in the Marijeanne Text, and that's something that I love, and it's been a big part of my life here in the last 4 or 5 years. And I just want to encourage you that if you would like to join us on the Marijeanne Text, you can do that. We're actually we started today, and on April 6th, we started in Mark and in the New Testament, and we're starting Leviticus in the Old Testament. And as I've told you before, if you read through the Marijeanne Text over a 2-year period, you've read through the whole Bible. So I would really encourage you to join in if that's something that you might be interested in. Hey, what I want to share with you is prayer. I just have really sensed, and I think we would all agree that we're in a time right now where prayer is something that we need, as far as individually, for our church family, for our community, for our country, for the leaders of our country, for our world, right? Just some of the stuff that we're dealing with this social distancing stuff, and with the pandemic that we are faced with. And there's probably a couple things that have happened, but really one of the things that happened was we had form this week. We got our form classes started again, and Pastor Devin and I were partnering together, and one of our lessons this week was on prayer. And we watched a video by Greg Boyd. It's called Hanging in the Balance. I encourage you to YouTube it. It's a great message. And guys, our prayer matters. It matters. And so I would encourage you to take a look at prayer in a different way than maybe that we have been. That it's not just a list of things that we're having, but that and Greg Boyd really points this out, that guys, God desires for us to partner with Him. And I'm reminded of the story that's comes from Mark, the 9th chapter, and Jesus is he's coming off of the Transfiguration, and the group of disciples are having a little argument, or whatever you want to call it. They're going at it with the scribes and others, and the issue is they can't heal this little boy. And so Jesus comes, and just as Jesus does, He comes and He heals him. And later on, the disciples gather with them and are going like, "Hey, why couldn't we heal him? What's the deal?" And I mean, they didn't say it that way, but that's essentially. But let me read to you. I'm going to read to you from the not from the NIV, but from the what is it? New King James. I apologize, but let me read you what he says, because this is what the disciples says. They said, "Hey, disciples asked Him privately." This is verse 28 of chapter 9. "Why could we not cast it out?" And this is what He says. In verse 29, He says, "So He said to them, this kind can come only by nothing but prayer and fasting." And so, guys, I just would encourage us, as we're in this world today, that we'd be praying, and I want to encourage you to fast. I don't know if that's something that you've been a part of or you've done, but I would really encourage you to really take a look and ask the Lord, hey, and if you're physically able to fast, then I would love for you to do that. We need to be fasting and praying and asking God, because this is one of those things, I think, where we're at in our world right now, that this outcome of God really working and ministering to us is going to come from prayer and fasting from God's people. Hey, God bless you. Hopefully you're having a great day. And again, let's go be Jesus. Love you. Bye.